Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Sorry about my tardiness. I was having some technical difficulties. It did not want to boot up for some reason. Wait for everybody to get on. Hey, Cora, you're always the first one here. Y'all let me know you're here by saying hello, if you would, please, as always. Greetings, fearless leader. Hey, John. Yep, got notification turned on. Awesome. Thank you, Cora. We'll let everybody get on and then we'll get started tonight. Hey, Michelle. Michelle Heron, how are you? Thank you for joining us. John, if you could go share for us, that'd be great. Invite and share and all that good stuff. I'll let everybody know we're on. I was a little late tonight. I apologize. This thing has a little trouble booting up sometimes. And then I finally got it to boot up and it said my camera was being used for something else. Thank you, John. So I had to reboot and back out of everything and then come back. Let me turn my phone down so you guys aren't hearing that all night. There we go. Turn the sound down. There we go. I just got over having COVID. Bless your heart, Michelle. Yeah, a lot of people we know has been getting hit by that. We'll let everybody get in and we'll get started tonight. Hope everybody had a great week. Bless your heart. We'll add you to the prayer list, Michelle. Absolutely. Well, I know John's here. I know Michelle's here and Cora's here. But it's still telling me, now it's telling me I don't have anybody on. But I have 2 likes. So if you hadn't hit that like button, hit that like button for me. Now it says I only have 1 person on. So I don't pay no attention to that thing. It lies too much. I don't know what its deal is. We'll give everybody a chance to get on. We will get started. All right, if you're on right now, even if you've already said hello, throw me another hello if you would. Hey, Insane Disappearances. Just joined. Awesome. Appreciate that. Welcome aboard. Tell all your friends. Morgan is recovering from it too. Bless her heart. Yeah, even if you said hello, say hello again for me. Just so I'll know that you're on, because my counter's doing its normal thing. Being its normal liar self. Or maybe it's right. Maybe Michelle is the only one on. She's the only one that said hello, since I asked everyone to say hello. So maybe it's not lying to me. I think there's a lag though, so. I was sharing. Thank you, John. Yeah, if you're on right now, and even if you've already said hello, say hello again for me, if you would, please. Everyone except for John and Michelle Heron. I have not had a great week. It's not been a really great week for me. Between dentist and losing some friends, it's been a crazy week. Pray for my family, all three of us. Yes, definitely pray for the Bowen family, John and Michelle and their beautiful daughter Allie. All have COVID. They all tested positive for COVID. So y'all please. All tested positive for COVID. So please add them to the prayer list. We're going to go over the prayer list. We're going to go over upcoming events. We're going to wait for a few more people to get on. Remember, if you haven't, even if you've already said hello, except for Michelle and John, say hello again. Cora, Insane Disappearances, whoever else is on right now, say hello for me, just so I'll know you're here. Let me make sure all my comments are up. Sometimes on live, comments kind of have a tendency of not showing. There we go. Got them all up. Wait for a few more people. Where's Beth and Michelle and Eric and Margot and Katie and all them? Let me do some sharing too. Oh. Yeah, I just saw that, John. Let me do some sharing too, so we can get some people on here. If you guys have anybody you want to add to the prayer list, just pop it up there. Let us know. Hey, Eric. Hey, Morgan. Welcome aboard. Katie. Yay. Everybody's starting to pile in now. So let's go ahead and get started. And just as I was telling Eric and Michelle that we're on, they came on. And Katie, too. So that's awesome. And I was just fixing to tell Morgan we were on, but she popped in. So awesome. Hey, Michelle. Everybody's starting to pop in. Awesome. All right, let's do the prayer list. Let's add, like we said, we're going to add my Alexis. There she goes. Okay, she shut up. She started up. She lit up. I don't know why she does that sometimes, but I can't say the A word or she'll really start running her mouth. But let's add John, Michelle, and Allie Bowen to the list. They all tested positive for COVID. They're doing good. Everybody's good. They're just under the weather, like everybody. Just found out. Let's add Tom to the list as well. He's not feeling good tonight, so I don't think Beth is going to be with us tonight. She's taking care of him. Yes, thank you, Katie. The Campbell family, Katie and Nathan and their two kids, are all suffering from COVID too. So let's add the Campbell family from San Antonio to the list too. They are all just getting over COVID. From what I understand, everybody's good. They're just, like everybody else that gets it, they're just sick, and so they're recovering from it now. I felt like I had it in there. A severe cold sinus infection. Oh my goodness, Morgan. Bless your heart. We'll add Morgan to the list too. Just found out Tom's not feeling good, so let's add him to it. Eric Davis, our one of our investigators, found out today that his grandmother has passed away. He's not sick; he's passed away. So let's add Eric and his family to the list as well. Matt was diagnosed with flu. Oh my goodness, bless his heart. We'll add Matt to that too. Not fun at all. No, it's not. Bless y'all's hearts. Let's keep Pear Mama on the prayer list. She is still recovering from the automobile accident. She's making it. She actually has a new job where she's a tax consultant. She does online tax preparation. So if anybody needs your taxes done, let me know. She's really good. She finds money that other people don't find. She has clients that come in and say that you found me money that H&R Block didn't find. But she's working with a company called Intuit, and she's just doing really well for it because she can do it at home online. And she has a little camera set up and everything in the other room. While I'm doing this show, she's in there doing tax preps. So if you need your taxes done, as a matter of fact, I think she has a few free tax preps left. So if you want your taxes done for free, just let me know. And she's really good. She's really, really good at it. Her mother did that for a living. So her and her two sisters, or her and one of her sisters, her youngest sister, they did taxes when they got bigger because her mom had a business doing it. So so that's helped out a lot that she can, sit down and not move around a whole bunch, but she still does the cosmetology work too. So that doesn't help out. Every time she works a full day doing hair and makeup, her hands swell up and, her feet and back and neck and shoulder hurt real bad, but we're still going through that. We're still trying to get her a new car, and insurance companies kind of dragging their feet, and she's had to hire a lawyer, unfortunately. But all that's going to go the way it goes. The Lord's already taking care of that before we even asked for it. But that's all going to be taken care of. But just keep her in your prayers for her to recover, to continue to recover and everything. So she'll be doing good. And I'm going to catch up with y'all's uh, comments. Also, I want to add, I think I said this last week, but I want to reiterate the Deloach family out of Thelma, out of Burnsville, really. There was a good friend of mine that I've known for many years. I worked with his son for many years. Jackie Deloach passed away. They found out that he was very, very sick, and then just a couple of days later found out, or he passed away a couple of days later after they found out that he was sick, very sick. When they was going to start my screen is black. Is my screen black for anybody else? Can y'all see me? Can anybody else see me, or am I black? Morgan says the screen just went black. No, Michelle, you can't see me, or no, I'm good. What? Not black. Okay, it's you're on your end, Morgan. It's just everybody else can see me. So check your I can see you fine. Okay, thank you. She Spins, I think it's called. Thank you and welcome aboard. I want to play something for you guys. The reason why I want to do this is because I want to honor Jackie Deloach as a firefighter. He was the assistant chief at Burnsville Fire Department. I want to play an audio for you guys, and then I'll get to your post. All right. I know there's a bunch of them, and I'm not leaving anybody out. I promise you, I will get to every single one of those. But I want to play an audio. I've listened to this audio a couple of times, and both times I tear up. So if I tear up, I'm sorry, but it just means a lot to me. Not just because I knew this awesome person, but because he was a firefighter, and he watching you from Pelham. Hello, Dagger Spells. I think I said that right. Hello from Pelham. Awesome. Okay, you got me back. Okay, cool. But I want to play this audio for you guys. It's what's called a final call. And it's a little heartbreaking. It's a little touching. If you'll hear in the background of this audio, you'll hear people crying and sobbing. He was a very well loved and very well liked man. But I'm gonna play this audio for you guys. I hope you can hear it pretty good. It's a tearjerker. I'm gonna not lie to you there, and I hate to bring the mood down, but I just want to play this in honor of a lost firefighter. I've gotten permission to do this, so I want to. I asked first. I asked if I could play this, so here it is. I'm sorry. I'm going to redo that. I wanted to show you the picture as well. And it goes on for a few more seconds with some crying in the background and some sobbing. But I just wanted to pay honor in tribute to a great man. Uh, 54 years as a volunteer firefighter. Um, I'm not taking anything away from any firefighter, guys. Whether you're paid, you're volunteer, service, military, whatever. But a volunteer firefighter puts his life on the line every call, every single call. And I've heard people in the past say, well, volunteers do it for free. Volunteers don't do it for free. Okay. Volunteer firefighters do not fight fire for free. All right. They are paid. They're paid with smiles. They're paid with victories. They're paid with saving a life, which Jackie got to do a lot of because he was not only a firefighter, but he was also an EMT. I did not realize, I knew Jackie for many years from Selma and Burnsville. I didn't realize he started his career back in the 60s, right here in the town that I live in now until today. But that's a long time being a firefighter, a volunteer firefighter. And he had the guspa to do that. He was one of those kind of guys. So I just wanted to honor him with that. Let me catch up with y'all's comments before I start blubbering. One second. Okay. All righty. Let me catch up here. Okay, I saw Thomas sick. Let's see. I'm usually at work on Sundays, closing the store and all, but not today. I'm out of work until Tuesday from COVID. Bless your heart. That's not a good way to be out of work. Morgan and Matt had it worse than I did. Bless their hearts. The two little kids had the flu. The teens had COVID. Matt brought home COVID and gave it to me, and then he was told he has flu and COVID. Good Lord, bless his heart. We need our taxes done. Get up with Michelle. Michelle, get up with Michelle. Not right now. She's working till 11, I believe, tonight. I think she gets off at 11. So you can talk to her after that. She'll be up a couple hours after that, so you can talk to her then, or you can talk to her tomorrow after work, which around be about 7 p.m., 7:30, something like that. But yeah, talk to her. She'll definitely do it for you. I promise you. Anybody needs your taxes done, just let me know. That's where everybody was saying my screen was fine. John said, praise my friend Patrick that was in the hospital for heart surgery, then had to go back due to complication surgery. He is home, stable, and in recovery. Well, praise the Lord. Awesome. I like that. I love whenever we get a praise report. Thank you, John. Remember, not long ago, we prayed for John's friend Patrick, and he said he's gone to the hospital, did the surgery. He had to go back. If y'all remember from last week, he had to go back. He said he's home now, stable condition, and he's in recovery. So that is freaking awesome. I love it when we get praise reports because that lets you know that the prayers are working. No, I can't handle Final Call. I'm sorry. I don't like them either. Yeah, military family. Yeah. I've heard them so many times with fire department. I have too, Morgan. So many times with fire and PD and the ambulance. I've lost so many friends over the last couple of years, man. It's just like every day, man. It's a friend or a family member is passing away, and I guess it comes with getting old. You know, the people that you grew up with, when you get old, they start dying. And that's just part of it, I guess. But man, that really hurts. Do you have any leads on recent contents for paranormal uncoverings? I don't know what you're asking there, Alpha. Elaborate a little bit. All right. So also keep me on the prayer list. I'm still going through all my dental work. I did my second round Friday. I have my third round will be the 11th. I'm still getting at it. So hopefully I'll only have 2 more rounds, 2 or 3. Hopefully 2, but possibly 3 more rounds. Excuse me. And then I'll be done. And then I'll be fitted for the implants and everything. So it's been rough. This last one was really rough. But it's the payout is going to be really great. So for those of y'all that don't know, I was injured in a auto accident. I wasn't in the auto accident. I was one of the firefighters helping at the accident. And I was doing something that I wasn't supposed to be doing. I was standing somewhere I wasn't supposed to be standing. And a door flung open and hit me in the face, and it shattered my shield and busted my face open and busted my lips and everything. And then it knocked out some teeth. And so I'm finally getting that taken care of, such as documentaries on video productions that have uncovered or shown paranormal or mystic things. No, Alpha, I don't. I guess you could Google it. Maybe look on Discovery or Travel, or maybe Sci-Fi or something like that. I don't really watch those a whole bunch because there's too many of them that are just crap. I'm kind of when it comes to stuff like that, I don't really get into that. Wow, sounds like a rough incident. Good luck on. Oh yeah. It was many years ago, Alpha. But thank you. But I don't really have anything for you on that because I don't really. If anybody else does, please pop it up there. John may have, but I don't really watch stuff like that because, like I said, if it's on the television or the silver screen, it's most likely crap. I don't really promote or watch any of that stuff, which is why we don't have a show right now because we turned it down because they wanted us to do stuff that just didn't fit in with our integrity. But I'm sorry, I don't have anything to do as far as that. Nuke's Top 5 is a good one. Yeah, absolutely. What I like about Nukes, and there's a couple other ones, The Ghost of Caramel, Maine, stuff like that. It's not, they're just reporting on stuff. So that it could be bad. It could be, it could be fake or anything like that. They're just reporting it and they're saying you make up your own mind. So yeah, you could try that. Nukes. Thank you, John. I didn't think about Nukes. I should think about Nukes because they helped us out a lot. But thank you for doing that. He's my radar. He always gets me in line. Check out Nukes Top 5 on YouTube. And I think we have a link to Nukes in our description. If we don't, I'll put one there. I'm freezing cold, y'all. 2 things I can't seem to shake: this constant cold and my constant cough. Bless your heart. I've heard that a lot with people with COVID, that the cough and the fatigue and the cold is really bad. Nukes cracks me up sometimes. Yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry, I don't really watch those things. So yes, we do have a link. Okay, thank you, John. I thought we did. There's a link to Nukes, Alpha, Omega. There's a link to Nukes right down there, right down in the description. So go down there and hit that and go check them out. Not right now, after the show. Don't do it now. Wait. Stop. After the show. Then you can go. But seriously, there's a link right down there to get that. And there should be a link also to the book that we're promoting. I wished I would have grabbed it. But that brings me to another event. Upcoming events, we want to get them out of the way. We have CAPI Camp coming February 25th, 26th, and 27th in Troy, Alabama. If you want to go to CAPI Camp, if you want to take the class, if you don't want to and you want to camp, just let us know. It's free this time. It doesn't cost you anything. You can just come and hang out and camp and sit out by the fire and tell ghost stories, and you can take the class and all that stuff. So this one trip this time it's free. Everything's free. So you can come. I'm taking care of the camp cost myself. The class, we're not charging anybody on the class, so that's already taken care of too. So you have no reason not to go. All right. Hey, Terry, welcome aboard. Nukes is great. He straight tells you he's not certain if it's real or not, but he also adds hilarious commentary. He really does. He does it really well. Thanks for the invite, John. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Terry. Absolutely. But yeah, if you guys want to come to the camp, it is, remember, February 25th, 26th, and 27th at put the name of the park up, John. I can never remember, Southern Columns or something like that. John will throw up the name and the dates if you would too, John. But he's going to throw up the name of the place. It's in Troy, Alabama. It's February 25th, 26th, and 27th. We're going to have a blast. It's always fun. The only thing that we ever hear on the negative side about CAPI camp is that it doesn't last long enough. When it's time to go, no one wants to leave. Everybody wants to still hang out. And I do too, because I love to camp so much. Are you on the porch tonight? Yeah, he had a thing called Southern Pillars Campground. Thank you. So now Terry's here. Let's promote him a little bit too. He's really great. I don't know if you guys have checked it out or not. We've told you guys the last couple of shows to check out Terry's podcast called Back Porch Matters. I think it's it. Please tell me I'm right. Correct me if I'm not wrong. Terry, can you throw up a link or a name of your podcast? We were on his podcast. We had a blast doing it. I actually listened to it a little bit today, as a matter of fact. Porch Matters. That's right. Thank you, Terry. Porch Matters. It's called Porch Matters. It's on wherever you get your podcast. Just go get it. It's called Porch Matters. It's really cool. He does many different topics and many different guests. Y'all go check it out. It's really cool. Check out the one we were on too. You'll see our name up there, Central Alabama Paranormal Investigations. And he promoted us on his show and on the listing for the on the description of the show we did. And we really appreciate that, Terry. We had a really great time. We can't wait to have you join us too. I think we have you scheduled for next month coming and joining us for an investigation. And we can't wait to do that. I really look forward to meeting you and working with you. Aubrey wants Dakota to call her. If she comes down, I'll let her know, Michelle. She's upstairs doing one of her games. But if she comes down, I'll let her know. So how cold is this camp going to be? Right? I think towards the end of February, it's going to start warming up. So I don't think we're going to have to worry about too much cold. I think it's going to be chilly at night and pleasant in the daytime. Looking forward to it too. Awesome, Terry. We can't wait to see you. John just popped up the link to Porch Matters on Amazon Music. Y'all go check it out. It is amazing. It really is. Y'all go check him out. Terry and I believe James is the guy's name, his assistant's name. They do a really great job. Y'all will not. It's one of those podcasts that you listen to it one time and you want to keep coming back to listen to the next story to see what else they do. It's really a lot of fun. It really is. And we had a blast doing it too. So y'all go check him out. It's a really good podcast. So, and then we have another one coming up. I think the 29th, I think it is, of this month. Another podcast. So I'll give you guys the info on it when we get it in the can, as they say, and it's ready to go. Also, we have another. Y'all remember the ones that's been following us for a while. Y'all remember that we did a charity auction for one of our members, actually, one of our former members. We did a charity auction. They were in dire straits with a bill that needed to be paid, and they couldn't get it paid. And so we did this huge charity auction for them and raised well over the amount of money they needed. And they were very super, super appreciative of it. It's available wherever you get your podcast. Yeah, it is. He just put up the Amazon Music link, but it's Porch Matters is available. Like I said before, it's available anywhere you get your podcast. So if you get I do mine on Spotify, and I mean, just go wherever you get you personally get your podcast from, and just look up Porch Matters with Terry Cagle, and you'll see it. Pray the IRS mails our tax check from last year with all the child stimulus in it. Yeah, we'll pray for that. Absolutely. From last year. Good Lord, y'all still ain't got that. Y'all need to contact Michelle. She'll get you set up. Definitely get in touch with Michelle. Erica Michelle. Y'all get up with Paramama. You can go ahead and text her now if you'd like, as a matter of fact. She probably won't answer because she's working, and I think whenever I came in here, she did have a client. But yeah, y'all go just get up with her, and she'll definitely help you guys out. All right. But we did this. I'm calling her tomorrow. Perfect. We did this. It's either before noon or after 7 p.m. for tomorrow, Michelle. Excuse me. But we did this charity auction, and it went really, really well. Like I said, we raised more than enough that we needed to raise. Another charity event that we did was that we did we went on radio, and we went on here, and we made phone calls. We just went crazy with one of our CAPI family members. You know, we don't call people fans. We call them family members because we don't deserve fans. We deserve friends and family members. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're welcome. But they had a house fire and lost everything. As a family, a big family. And we did this huge charity drive for them. And we got them so much stuff that it was just, their cup was overrunning. We got them a new house. We got them furniture to put in. We got them more furniture than they could fit in it. More clothes than they needed. Toys for the kids. A whole Christmas, because it was around Christmas time last year, I believe. And yeah, it just went nuts. People really came together. So we're going to do that again. We have another family member, another team member, as a matter of fact, that is going through some hard times. The father has had some medical issues that is going to be really costly, really costly. The mother lost her job. It's just been nuts for this family. And y'all, when I say that this is an amazing family, it's so minuscule for me to even say that. It's so not descriptive of how amazing this family is. They're some of the most awesomest people I've ever met in my life. Not going to mention their name because I don't have permission to. I'm sure if I asked them, they would say yes, but I didn't ask them about that. But I will do that. This family is some of the most kind-hearted, sweetest, just amazing family. They're the type of family that would help someone out like that. I mean, just like that. Well, now they need some help. And so we're going to do a charity auction. It's coming up very soon. I don't have a date yet. We're still working on that. But I just wanted to let you guys know about it. We're going to auction off some really cool stuff. We've got jewelry out the yin yang. I've got a whole case full of jewelry that we're going to be auctioning. We've got copies of John's dad's book where he wrote the poetry. It's Finding Agape. John, tell me the name of the book. I'm so sorry. Y'all, my memory, it went away about 5 years ago and just decided not to come out. It went out for a pack of cigarettes and I hadn't seen it since. But John will let me know the name of the book. It's Searching for Agape or Finding Agape. I don't remember it, but he's going to tell me what it is in just a second. I've been reading it, but I can't remember the name of the book. It's because my memory just sucks. But it's an amazing book. It really is. And we're going to be auctioning off at least 3 copies of that, maybe more. I'm thinking about maybe purchasing some more copies. I know we have 3 right now. I would love to read it. Oh, yeah, it's an amazing. John's dad was an amazing poet. He really was. Now, he didn't do that for a living. It's just something he did on the side as a hobby. but they got to looking at them and they're like, holy crap, this is some good stuff. And so John and his mom and his family got together and they put all these into one big bundle and made a book. And it's, oh my gosh, it's published now. You can get it on Amazon. And you can also get it at our auction. I know we have at least 3 going to be auctioned. We may have more. I'm thinking about purchasing a few of them and then putting them into the auction as well. Depending on searching for a gate. Thank you, John. Thank you so much. And there's the link to where you can get the book too, right there. See, it's right there next to, right there. See John's pretty face right there. He's so adorable. Y'all look at him. Look how adorable. He's so cute. And it's got searching for a gate, and there's the link. Y'all see right there's the link. And just go to that link and hit it and go buy that book. It's only like $22.80, I think, or something like that. It's not even expensive. It's not even $25. It's not even $23. So y'all go get that book. It's really awesome. Don't buy all the copies you need here because we're going to auction some copies off, which hopefully will go for more than that. So please go get that book. It's amazing. It really is. And we're also, like I said, we're going to have some of that on the auction as well. We're going to have, oh my gosh, I'm going to auction off. I think we're going to do some games, like some video games. I think we have maybe some clothes. That was going to go. I know we have a lot of jewelry that's going to go. There's going to be those books, like I said. I mean, there's just going to be a lot of stuff. Team members are going to be throwing some stuff in, which I'm busting at my team members. Nobody sent me pictures. Only one that sent me pictures is John of the books. So y'all get your, hello, Dakota. Y'all get your, go get those pictures to me. Take pictures of what you're going to donate. And sorry. But yeah, y'all get the pictures you're going to donate. And pictures of the stuff you're going to donate and get them over to me, please. Eric, y'all said y'all had some stuff. Beth has got some stuff. John, you already got me the pictures of the books. If y'all have anything else you want to donate, please do that. Anybody out there, if you have something you would like to donate, something that's nice and something that will sell, if you have anything that you can donate. No, you hadn't been out of the loop. I told you guys the other day on our text, on our chat, that y'all said y'all had some stuff that had to be moved. I said, just get me pictures of it. So yeah, get me pictures of that stuff and just messenger or text them over to me. Just take pictures and shoot them over to me. That's okay. I forget. Believe me, I can't say nothing about forgetting. Oh, I forgot. Dakota! I'm so sorry. I forgot. She was right here. And y'all telling me, my memory is gone. It is shot. Hopefully she heard me and she'll come back. All right. Yeah, so get me pictures of all that stuff. And if anybody out there has got anything that you can donate, anything at all. I know last time we did the auction, so many of our family members sent in stuff that they could that they would donate to us. And we really appreciated it, y'all. Y'all just don't know how much we appreciated that. It was awesome for you guys to do that. And so we're going to be doing that really soon. I don't have a date yet, like I said, but we're going to be getting that together this week. We're going to be getting all the details and everything that we're going to have in it, all that stuff like that. We'll have it all ready and get the auction started. The auction will be on our CAPI page, the CAPI Facebook page. It did really well there last time, so we're going to do that on there again. So on the CAPI, the Central Alabama Paranormal page, we'll do the auction on there. I have come to realize memories leave like a fart, right, Michelle? Mine certainly does. All right. I think I've got everything. John popped up my email up there. John, pop up your email too. Y'all holler at John if you want to go to the CAPI camp or if you want to take the class. I'm glad I said that. I also have some people that want to take the class. Thank you, John. There's John's email right there. Mine's right here. John's is right here. But I also have some people that want to take the class online. I think we have 2 people, if I'm not mistaken, John. What is that? Henley, 1983, CAPI Paranormal. Oh, Eli family. Hello, welcome. I'm new here. Yes, you are. Welcome aboard. If anybody's on right now and you hadn't done the, I should have said this at the beginning, but maybe there's some people on that wasn't here at the beginning, so now's a good time. If you have not done so, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, hit the all notifications so you'll know when we're on. Ron sent me. Okay. I'm not sure who Ron is. I'm sure I've talked to him though. But welcome aboard. Awesome. But yeah, if you haven't already done so and you're on here right now and you've never been here, this is your first time. I think we've had a couple tonight that was their first times on. If you hadn't hit that subscribe button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, hit the all notifications, hit that like button, smash that like button. And Ron Weasley. Okay, cool. And that way you'll know when we're on. And if you like paranormal and all things paranormal, this is the place for you. All right. This is something I've been hit with a lot here the last week or so, actually. And it's something I want, and it's something I've gone into before, but I don't think I was able to finish it for whatever the reason was. I don't remember, but I think we had gotten off into something else. Oh, almost ending is, let me go into this first. If you would, John, pop up the I don't know why it's asking me to show that. I guess because it's a sales thing. But I will auction off one free photography session, 10 poses for free. Awesome, Michelle. Cool. That would be awesome. Thank you so much. I interview paranormal investigators on my channel. Okay, cool. We'll pop up a link to your channel, Eli family, and we will check it out. I won't promise you that I will promote it, but you can pop it up and then we can check it out. And digital editing. Awesome. Cool. Thank you, Michelle. We'll definitely put that on the list. John, if you would pop up the contest code for me, please. For those of y'all that might not know, we have a contest going on. It's been going on for weeks and weeks and weeks because no one's got it yet. I'm not a mod. Okay, cool. I wouldn't send you as a mod, but I don't agree with all paranormal. As a matter of fact, I don't agree with, you can't help me. Stop. I don't agree with most paranormal people, especially online and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll definitely check it out. It sounds cool. But we had this contest going on. John's going to pop it up here in just a second, where it's a code and you have to figure out the code. Tell me what it means. I've talked about this on here before, on the channel here before. I've talked about it back when we were on Facebook. I talked about it during the class. Talked about it a lot. There it is. Thank you. It's 16PPI1. 16PPI1. Excuse me. If you can figure that out, you'll know what it is. Tell me some of the clues. One clue is it's 16-PPI-1. That's one of the clues. Instead of 16PPI1, it's 16PPI1. Or PPI1. 16PPI1. All right. And the other clue is no parent should should outlive their child. Figure that out. Tell me what it is. Tell me what it means, and you win. The package now has really gotten up to a really nice. I think we sealed it out at a T-shirt with the CAPI logo, snapback cap with the CAPI logo, and our website's on there as well. A mug and a $50 gift card, Visa gift card. That's what we're looking at right now. If no one figures this out by, what was it? March 1st, I think it was. Wasn't that right? If no one figures it out by March 1st, I'm going to tell everybody what it means, and we'll move on to something else. All right. But right now, this is one we've got going on. If you can tell me what 16 PPI 1 means, you win the contest. So somebody get it. No one's gotten it so far. I thought it was going to be really quick. I thought it would go really fast, but it hasn't. And everybody keeps telling me, y'all, I get calls on this. I get emails on this. I get text messages about this from people saying, tell me what this is. Tell me what it is. I won't be in the contest. I don't even want to be in the contest anymore. I just want to know what it is. I want to know what this means. I've even had people accuse me of making it up and it doesn't mean anything. That's just nonsense. I don't even know why anyone would think that, because I've had like 4 people tell me that. But yeah, that wouldn't even be a contest. Why would I do that? This does mean something. And I have talked about it on the show and all that. So we've talked about it a lot. We did a whole show on this. So that's a clue. You can go back and look at all the shows and find out where we talked about this at. But it's one of those that once I tell everybody what it is, they're going to be like, why didn't I know that? So, but it is kind of hard because it's not, it's kind of just the abbreviations of everything. But we'll figure it out. If no one figures it out, I'll tell you what it is March 1st, and then we'll move on to something else. All right. So, but anyway, here's what I've been talked about. I've been asked a lot about this here lately. I've had a lot of new teams and people starting teams, people that have already started their team and stuff like this. And like I said, we've talked about this before, but I thought it was something good to bring back in. What I want to do is I want to talk to you guys tonight about building a team. And I mean every aspect of building a team too. And we're going to break it down to every little section. It's important. We're going to talk about what to do before you even start building your team. We're going to talk about what to do to get your team where you want it to be. We're going to talk about finance. We're going to talk about marketing. We're going to talk about research. We're going to talk about investigating. We're going to talk about equipment. We're going to talk about every aspect of starting a new paranormal team. All right. From start to finish. And like I said, we've touched on this before, and I've started talking about it, but then I think we got cut off a little bit on something on another subject or something, because that happens a lot. But what I want to start at tonight is the idea of a paranormal team. All right, where you've got to start at the molding part of it. All right, where you've not even started getting a team together or even started talking to people, but just the idea and where you need to be mentally, where you need to be financially, where you need to be socially, where you need to be with context and marketing and all that. So what is the very first thing you need to do when you want to start a team? Somebody tell me. I've had people tell me a bunch of different things. I've had people tell me, well, you got to have a name. No, you don't have to have a name starting out. All right. How come you can do that later? Like your very first meeting, y'all can get together and come up with a name. All right. CAPI actually existed for a few weeks before we came up with the final name. It really did. We didn't really have a name per se of the paranormal team. We just it was going for a little while, but someone had said something about doing Central Alabama. I think it was the co-founder Corey, and something about so now we was in Alabama, we should call it Alabama Paranormal. And then I think someone else said, I don't think I had a whole bunch to do with the name. I really don't. I think I came up with CAPI, but I think it was, all put together before that. So no, it's not a name or anything like that. Where do you need to be? What is your first step in starting a great paranormal team? Where do you need to be? Y'all tell me. Passion for the paranormal. Yeah, absolutely. Find like-minded people. That's a good one too. Absolutely, Terry. Where we need to be, the very first thing we need to do when we start a paranormal team is to know where we're going. All right. Even before, those are great answers, John and Terry. Wonderful answers. You've got to have a passion for it. I mean, if you don't have a passion for this, you're in trouble. I promise you. I tell people that all the time, especially in the class. I'm like, if you're not passionate about this, if you're here for this for glory and money and all that, you need to walk. I tell people you need to walk out of this classroom right now. And that's true. If you don't have a passion for this, don't even start it. Don't even get into it. Don't get into it thinking, oh, this is a good way to make money, or this is a good way to become famous, or this is a way to get a TV show, or this is a way to get in the movies or anything. I promise you it's not. You've got to have that passion. That's absolutely true. You've got to have that passion. because this is not going to make you a lot of money. You're going to spend a lot of money. You can ask anybody on the CAPI team, how much money do you make doing this? Well, I don't make nothing, but I spend a lot doing it. And every member of our team does. We take turns buying stuff like batteries and stuff like that. Me and another member is fixing to go in halves to get a new DVR system, and it's not cheap, I promise you. So, so you've got to have that passion. That's got to be there. That's like I tell people whenever they're getting into this, it's kind of like golf. You're going to have a blast doing it. If you love it and you really get into it, some people play golf and they don't like it. That's fine. They get out of it and they say, okay, I don't want to do this. I'm going to sell my clubs at the next yard sale. But the people that get into it and they love it, they'll spend dime after dime, dollar after dollar, $100 bill, $100 bill, $1,000. They'll just keep spending money to keep playing the game. And that's the way the paranormal is too. If you're passionate about it, you really love what you're doing, you're going to put that money in there. You're going to put that time in there. You're going to put that passion in there. Okay. So that's a great answer. Finding like-minded people, Terry said, that is great, because if you don't want to do this by yourself, this is not a one-man team thing. Okay. Nothing about the paranormal is a single thing. All right. I started out doing this on my own. Because I was so young when I started. And then when I started investigating, I was in my teens and I still was on my own until I kind of found, but it was a different time then. Now you can go down the street and talk to 10 people. Probably 8 of those people are going to be into the paranormal. All right. Whereas when I first started out, 10 of those 10 people you talk to, 10 out of 10 are going to tell you you're going to hell. Okay. So there was very few people that were into the paranormal back then, but you do want to find like-minded people too, that are passionate about it and everything like that. And that comes with your marketing and your research. But where you want to do, with the very first thing you want to do, is to find out where you're going with it. All right. What paranormal do I want to do? People talk about, and they hear this word paranormal right here. They hear this word that says paranormal. That's what I want to do. I want to get into the paranormal. I want to hunt ghosts. I want to go out there and investigate haunted sites. I want to go out there and capture and obtain and record and research different types of evidence of hauntings. And they really get into it, and they realize, but guys, hauntings is just a little bit of this. For those of you that don't know, the paranormal is not just ghost. All right. The paranormal goes into a whole field of stuff. That's when, if you talk to a parapsychologist and talk to someone that's studied this as long as I have, it goes into so many different things. You're going into all the psychic realms and the ESP and the cognitive thinking and all that stuff, and ufology. Thank you, John. It goes into demonology, angelology. It goes into so many different things. And it goes into what else? Yetis and Bigfoots, and I mean, just everything. Cryptozoology and all that stuff is into the paranormal. Okay, it's just, and we've done a show just talking about the paranormal, what it means to be paranormal. So when we started the paranormal in this group, when I started, it was all about hauntings. It was all about ghosts. It was all about entities and evidence and collection of and all this stuff. And so that's where CAPI wanted to go. You understand? That's where we wanted. We didn't want to do ufology. We didn't want to do Yetis. We didn't want to do cryptozoology or anything like that. We wanted to do the haunting aspects of it. And when I was studying parapsychology, I had to do this and everything that is incorporated into that. But I still stayed into that realm. I still stayed into that area of that science and said, I want to do ghosts. I want to do entities. I want to do hauntings. That's what I want to do. And so that's what we did. And that's still my passion, is hauntings. Now, if you look at our Facebook, our 2 different Facebook pages, if you listen to this show that much or anything like that, you'll see that we don't just stay with hauntings. We'll talk about anything. And we have talked about, we've had black-eyed kid shows. We've had UFO shows. We've talked about Bigfoots on here. We even had thank you, John. It says Bigfoot. But location. Yeah, you got to have locations. That comes into it later. Mission statements. Yeah, that's when you're building your team. Right. But find out where you want to go in the paranormal and then study that. Okay. Now, can a team do just paranormal in general and just do everything? Yeah, there's a lot of teams out there. There's a bunch of teams out there that they do all aspects of the paranormal. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing at all wrong with that. I would never down a team because they study ufology or they study yetis or study cryptoids or stuff like that. I would never do that. And they do hauntings and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. They're a paranormal team. That's what they do. We're a paranormal team that studies just hauntings. That's what we do. We've talked about doing some Bigfoot research and some ufology research and all that stuff like that. I don't have a problem with it. Can absolutely. I'm open to anything. But uh-oh. Hold on. At the moment, I don't have any physical items to auction, but how about a day's worth of work if you need anything done for fix computers, electronics, or be your taxi, get it. Sorry, off topic. It's okay, Eric. That's not a problem. I thought you guys said you some stuff that had to be picked up. That's the only reason I was saying that, to get me some pictures. But that's a great thing. Yeah, we'll definitely auction you off. I have no problem auctioning off people. That sounds bad, don't it? That sounds really bad, especially in Alabama. Got to be careful. I don't mean it like that, okay? But yeah, that's I don't have a problem with doing a labor auctioning off you for labor. I have no problem with that at all. I feel like some organization is going to come after me after that statement. I just really do. I'm scared now. Takes patience and dedication as well. It really does, and that comes into it as you're building, right? Yeah, Michelle. But find where you want to be in the paranormal and do that. If you want to do everything in the paranormal, go for it. If you want to do one aspect like we do, hauntings, go for it. That's where you want to do. Find out where your passion is, okay, and concentrate on that. All right. Because you're going to need different types of equipment for the different types of paranormal fields, and you just find out where you want to be. Okay. So once you've done that, once you've decided, okay, this is the realm I want to take. This is the plate of the dimension that I want to be on. So let's keep it paranormal, damn it. So let's say, okay, the haunting plate, that's where we want to climb up to. So that's what we did. We climbed up to the haunting plate, and that's where we're at. And so now, what do we want to do next? All right. Once we've decided, okay, this is where we want to go, or you, it doesn't matter how many you start out with. If it's just you, you're starting out by yourself. I started out by myself. So if you start out all by yourself, then that's great. When I started this team, I had a partner, our Corey, our co-founder. And so I had that extra helping hand, if you will. And it worked out great because there was a lot of members that came in because of him. So then it really worked out great to get our name out there. And, there were people that was his age and could respond to him and relate to him and everything like that. And would listen to him more than they would me. And vice versa, so it takes, okay. Yeah. And don't be sorry. You don't have to worry about getting off topic. We do that all the time, Eric. But, yeah, so we've got our menu started, right? We know that we want to be Kentucky Fried Chicken and just cook chicken, right? That's all we want to do is we can cook anything in the world. We just want to do chicken. All right. So we just want to do hauntings. That's it. So we're going to use us as a topic or as an example for this topic. So we just want to do hauntings. We look at everything else. Let's say, well, you can get a side of ufology. You can get a couple of fried cryptoids. You can do a cup of ESP if you want to. But no, we don't want to do it. We just want to do chicken. That's it. We're just going to do the main meal. We want to do the hauntings part of it. Demonology is what I want to learn. And you will, Eric, by the way. Everyone on our team will. I have to do that. I do that slowly. You have to kind of be here. You know the rules on that, but yeah, you will. But we get our idea in place, and that's where we want to be. That's who we want to be. We want to be that team. We want to be a haunting investigative team. So that's where we're going to go. Okay, cool. So now what do we want to do? Anybody? What do we want to do now? Okay, we know where we're going. We know what we want to do. What do we do now? We're building an effective team. Anybody, throw it out there. Y'all have had some great ideas. Where do we want to do now? I think John mentioned passion. Terry mentioned getting the like-minded people. Michelle said mission statement. I think there was a couple more. But where do we want? All right, now we know what we want to do. Where do we want to go from there? Anybody? I know it's a lag. All right, somebody might say it after I start, but what we want to do after we've got our team together, or not, but after we've got our idea together, now we want to find out what we want to do with it, how far we want to go with that. Well, why is that important? Why can't we just figure that out later on? Learn about the topic. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was going to say. Or it's what I am saying. Okay. Yeah, we want to find out everything we can about that one thing. Okay. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought when I read that. I have no idea. What did I say? No idea. See, I'm telling y'all, memory. Pew. But yeah, that's basically it. Now we want to know everything we need to know about that topic. All right, that's where we want to go. How do we want to progress with that? Now, here's what I did. I of course, people that know me know that I started out in the paranormal at a very young age. I was around 8 years old. I started investigating when I was around 16, and started with a team and really getting into it and studying it when I was around 20, 21. And excuse me. What I did when I decided, okay, I want a team. What do I want to do? I want to investigate hauntings. That's what I want to do. That's where I want to be. All right, now I need to know everything I need to know about that. All right, I need to know where I want to go with that. Now, how do I do that? Do I go jump in a classroom? Yeah, you could. Do I go read some books? Yeah, you absolutely could. Do I battle test some of these ideas and hypotheses that are out there? Yeah, that's what I want to do. Okay. Um, go learn everything you can learn about a subject that you're passionate about, that you want to know about. Go learn everything you want to. A perfect example. Blah, 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 blah. Who was it? Eric. Eric said, I want to know about demonology. Now, I have a rule on my team that you're not going to start demonology until you've been on the team for 2 years and you've had at least 25 investigations with me. 2 years and 25 investigations with me. All right. Excuse me. That's because I want to know where you're at mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, everything. That's where I want to know where you are, where you exist on that plane, on that plate that we decided in the dimensions. So, but now, does that mean Eric has to wait 2 years and 25 investigations down the road to learn about demonology? Absolutely, it does not mean that. He can start right now and go get all the books he wants to and do all the research he wants to and find out all the stuff about this and this and this and find out everything he wants to know about the demonology. Absolutely, he can. Please go do that, Eric. If that's what you're passionate about is demonology, please go learn everything you can about it. Absolutely, there's nothing wrong with that. But no, in the end, the battle testing is what's going to be what's real. Okay. Think of it as a police officer. A police officer, once he decides he wants to be on a force, to be a police officer, he goes to a department and he applies for the position. That department has to invest in him. So they're going to put him through all kinds of grueling things. Usually the first thing they're going to do is put him in a car for about 6 weeks and let him ride around with other officers. All right, as a ride along. A lot of departments have what they call reserve programs, and they'll put new officers in these reserve programs, and they ride around for about anywhere between 2 to 6 weeks, and they ride and patrol just like the regular officers would, and they'll learn about being a police officer. Well, the reason they do that is they want that person to say, they want that person to see what happens, see how it is. They want them to get out there on the street and show them how this does. And they'll be like, okay, yeah, I can definitely do this. Before even that, any of that even happens, they have to go through a huge physical test. They have to go through a huge mental test. They do a psych test on them. They do mental fitness, physical fitness on them. They do all this stuff. And because they've invested this time and money in them. But the most money they're going to invest in this person is into the academy. Okay, because once they go to the academy, to get in the academy, that department has to pay that money. Now, that money could be anywhere between $10,000 to sometimes around $20,000 to $25,000 to put that person through that academy. All right, depending on where it's at, how much it is, and what their duties are going to be afterwards. So that department's got to pay that money. If that guy washes out of the academy, they don't get that money back. Okay, they don't get a refund. So they're really going to put this guy through the ringer before they send him there. So he's going to be, you got to run, you've got to jump, you got to climb, you got to pull, you got to push, you got to save, you got to rescue, you got to do all this stuff. All right. You got to show your mental fitness, your physical fitness, all this stuff before you even get that chance. Now, when they get to the academy, they're going to learn all aspects of being a police officer, right? They're going to learn laws. They're going to learn procedure. They're going to learn techniques. They're going to learn all this stuff. The one thing they can't teach them out of an academy, just like a soldier going to boot camp, the one thing they can't teach them is real world. All right, is that real world stuff. So that comes afterwards. All right. So even after they come out of the academy and they've graduated, okay, I'm now an APOS certified police officer. I've got a license. I've got a badge. I got a gun. I got a car. I can go. Then they get to ride with a trainer. All right. They ride with usually a corporal or up to a sergeant, and those guys are what's called field training officers. They'll take this cadet in, or this newbie in, and he's not a cadet anymore. He's passed, but they'll take him in and they'll show him the ropes before he gets out onto his own car. Now, before he can get out there, even after this money's been spent on him and all this training has been put into him and everything like this, whoever does the hiring, the chief or the assistant chief or whoever, is going to come to that field training officer and they're going to say, hey, how did John Doe do? How did he do? I don't think he's going to cut it, sir. I don't feel comfortable putting him out there. Unfortunately, there are some departments that put him out there anyway, but we all know how that works out. Any business or any corporation or any department or anything like that has good and bad, but mostly they will listen to their field training officers. And if they say they can't make it, they're not going to make it. So that's the same thing with us. You can go out there and learn everything you can learn. Stay in a classroom, stay on a computer, stay in the library, stay in a research. Just learn everything you can about that subject that you want to go into. But don't let that be the nut and bolts of it. Don't let that be the carved in stone for you. Take all of that knowledge that you got from that and take it out to the field with you and then see what really works. All right. I learned about all kinds of stuff. I learned about pouring salt down. I learned about using crystals. I learned about using all this stuff, sage and even Ouija boards and ESP and telepathy and empathy and mediumship and sensitives and all this stuff. But once you get out there and you see what really does work and all this stuff, when I tell my team there's something that doesn't work or it may work, but I can't prove it, so we don't use it. The reason why I do that is because I don't really care about what mainstream says in the paranormal. I care about what my experience has told me, what all the experiences that I've had in the field that says, okay, yeah, this really does work, or this doesn't work. I've tried this and all that stuff like that. So that's why I always tell my people, whenever I tell you something that's opposite of what you're asking or doing, then it's not me dictating, it's me showing my experience. All right. That's why there's certain things that I'd say I just don't even want to use them because it's not worth it. But I'm always open-minded to it. Some of my team want to use the voice box, the ghost box, or Frank's box, whatever you want to call it, spirit box. There's many different names for it. I don't believe in it because I say that it may work or it may not work. But either way, I can't use it because I can't 100% say this is definitely evidence. And the only evidence we submit is 100% without a doubt, right? And I can't do that with a Frank's box because it's not 100%. So I said I don't want to use it, but I'm open to it. Let's try it. If you guys want to try it, let's try it. I've tried them before. I've seen them work before. But if I have someone that comes to me, especially someone I really, 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 really care about, which is on my team, then I'm going to say, yes, let's try it. Let's do this. And then we'll give it a shot and we'll see how it works. And I'm always open to stuff like that. That's why everybody, y'all just always say to me, Johnny don't believe in this. Y'all don't talk to Johnny about this. I'm saying, Johnny's open to anything. I'm just going to give you what I've experienced in the past. All right. So, hey, Aubrey wants you to call her.
Yeah, I want to call.
Oh, you already called her. Okay, cool. I forgot to tell you when you come in earlier. But okay, she already called Aubrey, Eric, and Michelle. But
Wait. You want to know something funny? We already called before they asked.
Oh, okay, cool.
Will you have me a cough drop for Mama, please?
Yes. Excuse me, y'all. Hold on. I'm not seeing any cough drops. You want to ask her where they're at?
Yep.
Sorry that. Her mom was requesting cough drops, and I don't see them. But anyway, let me catch up. It takes place in demonology. Learn about the research the topic. It's about learning the right things, not fake fluff that's going to get me hurt or weaken me. Absolutely, Eric. Experience what?
Cooler bag.
Cooler bag. Ah, well, that's something she should have told you in the beginning.
Yep.
All right, excuse me, guys. I'm sorry.
Be careful, it could be the wrong one.
Just need one.
Yeah.
Here, take her too, just in case.
Thank you.
Thank you, baby.
Oh no.
Okay, sorry about that. All right, so learn everything you can about the topic, and then get whoever's with you. If you start off on your own, go and learn everything you can about on your own. If you start off with a couple of people, make sure everybody's on board. Hey, we got to research this. We got to figure out what works, what doesn't work. We got to know what we're doing here. Okay, so go do that. Find that out. How do you do that? Just like I said, go in to do your research about a subject. Pick a subject, get it, go learn everything you can about it. Remember, don't just use classroom as your teaching guide. Use experience as well. Are you going to get it wrong any of the times? Yes. How many times did I get it wrong? Couldn't tell you. So many that I can't count. Sometimes I still get it wrong. All right. I have cases sometimes that I'm just like throwing my hands up. I've cried myself to sleep thinking about cases that I can't solve. And I mean, there's no perfect of anything in this field. All right. So you're going to get it wrong. I hope I never stop getting it wrong, because if I stop getting it wrong, that means I've learned everything and it's going to get boring. And I don't want that to happen. All right. So get you and your crew, ever how many there are of you, if there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, please don't do 50. It's crazy. It's a logistic nightmare. But get you and your crew mentally where they need to be, what they want to do, and then learn everything you can about that. All right. Focusing more on research and development and experience and stuff like that, more so than where you're at with where you want to be. All right. And with investigating. All right. Because all that's going to come. All right. Now, I think somebody said this earlier. Surround yourself with good people. All right. Get the people that you need in line. All right. You're going to find out that once you've got your group together and you guys are starting to go through this different turmoils of everything you're doing, you're going to find out that it's not everybody can do it, and not everybody's a good fit for you and your team. You're going to lose people on the way, and you're going to gain people on the way. All right. So let that be our starting point. Let that be known at the start. Let me put it that way. Let me catch up here. Hold on. I don't think I've seen any of this. It won't let me, guys. I'm so sorry. It will not let me. Okay, Magic City Con. Got you, John. Absolutely. That would be awesome. I missed that. I'm glad I went back. I'm sorry, guys. It's going really slow. All right. Got your team. I don't think I missed anything else. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I think I got everything now. Okay, cool. Just making sure. All right. So now you've got where you want to be in the paranormal, what part of this you want to study and research and investigate. You've got the people that you want. Um, you've got that knowledge there. Now it's time to get that experience. All right. So now let's build a team now. Then that we've got all this in place, let's build a team. Someone earlier said mission statement. Definitely do a mission statement. Find out where you want to be um, as far as what your team stands for and everything. Really promote training as new people come in. You can do that and really work your best to get those good people, to get really good people. The way CAPI does that is, sorry, hold on, just trying to start a security program here. Get that off there because it will shut me down. There we go. All right, the way CAPI does that is we charge our new members to take the class. They have to pay to take the class, and there's a charge to be a member. There's a one-time fee they have to pay. I'm not going to go into how much that is because that's only to people that are wanting to come on the team. But they have to pay that. Well, why do you do that? You say you don't bring money into this. Why would you do that? Well, that money is spent on them, okay, because they get shirts and training and all that stuff like that. But that money is spent right back on them. But the reason why we do that is because someone who's not serious is not going to pay money. All right. So, and it's not a small amount of money either. It's not a huge amount of money, but it's not small either. It's more than a few bucks. So get those. I didn't want to say, but okay, John said it anyway. $25. They have to pay $25 for the class. They have to pay $25 for the to be a member as well. So yeah, it's not a huge amount, but it's not a small amount. So it's $50 right there. So they're not going to do that if they're not serious. So what we do, use techniques like that. Watch people during classes. All right. When you're teaching someone, I teach the classes. I think John's done it before. Corey's definitely done it many times. I want to get my whole team to where they can teach the class, but it's not just knowing the material and showing it, but you also need to watch the people, how they react to stuff. That's why our class consists of a classroom time, equipment time, and a mock or an actual investigation time. All right. And then our team gets to vote on, whether they think they're going to make it or not. And so make sure you've got good people by doing that kind of stuff. Once you get that good person and they've jumped through all the hoops and stepped over all the lines and sacrificed and, really got there, then treat that person like a family member. That's one thing about CAPI. Our whole team is a family. We're not what you would call what do you call people that you're with? We're not co-workers, or we're not affiliates or any of that technical BS or anything like that. We're family. We walk through fire for our family. Just like we do for our CAPI family on here. We'll bend over backwards for you guys. But if you're a team member on CAPI, well, there's nothing I wouldn't do for one of my team members. If they called me up and said, "Hey, I need you right now. I know it's 3:00 in the morning, but I need you right now." I'm by the time they're saying now, I'm throwing pants up and trying to get my shirt on with one arm and walking out the door. I would have no problem if one of my team members called me at 2:00 in the morning and said, "Hey, I'm stuck, or I'm out of gas, or I'm stuck in the mud, or my car broke down, or hey, I'm at home but I need a ride to work," or what. I would go. I mean, that's just, they're my family, and there's nothing in the world I wouldn't do for my family. I love my family just like I love my blood family. Of course I do. So make sure you get that type of relationship with who you have. All right. Now, what's next? What do we need to do now? We've got our mission statement. We've got our team. We've got our training. What do we do now? What do we got to do now? Anybody? Where do we want to go from here? It's our last subject tonight on this aspect of it. Shoulda, Sunder, gosh. I'm going to call you Gosh because I don't know what everything else is. Hope you're safe and well, sir. I hope you are safe and well, too. Thank you for joining us. But where do we want to go now? Once we've gotten to this point to where we've got our team, we've got our mission statement done, we've got our goals and everything done. We know where we want to be in the paranormal. We know we want to do just this. Where do we want to go now? Okay, John says clients. In a nutshell, yes. But not so much clients as you're trying to get investigations. But this is the point where you want to build who you are. All right. This is the point where you want to market you and your team. Okay. Clients is correct. That's what we're trying to do, is get clients. When you're first starting out, guys, I was knocking on doors, building a reputation. Exactly. And clients and building a reputation is the exact same thing. Okay. Because you've got to build that reputation to get clients. All right. And you've got to have clients to get that reputation. It's kind of like when you're first starting out of college and you're looking for a job and they're like, well, you know, I really need someone with more experience. Well, I can't get the experience until I do the job. Well, we understand that, but we can't give you a job until you have the experience. And it's a hard roll to hoe. It really is. And this is too. I'm not kidding you guys. Dude, I would go into Old Town Selma in the historic district and knock on doors. You don't know how many people I just walked up to and said, "Hey, Corey, cool. Corey's here." You don't know how many people I walked up to and just said, "Hey, we're a team. We want to do investigations, blah, blah, blah." We went to, the best move I ever did was I went to the Chamber of Commerce and I talked to them. I said, "Hey, I just wanted to, get a list. I know you guys have because I had heard about a walking tour, a haunted walking tour they had there in Selma." And I said, "I want to know about haunted areas in Selma, in the historic district and throughout, Dallas County. I want to know about haunted areas." Well, that turned into a few meetings, and they gave me a copy of their walking tour, and I contacted some of the people on the walking tour, and we did investigations there, and I met some really great people, and through meeting those people and doing investigations and stuff like that, we went from that to word of mouth advertising, if you will. All right. We did our job. We went in and we did these investigations. We let people know who we were. We let people know who we were about. It was hard to get that ball rolling there when we first started out because of what Selma had experienced in the paranormal. What they had experienced with that was negative. All right, because they had a radio show that came in and did some stuff and lied about a bunch of stuff and said, "Hey, this is, we caught this, this, and this." And the owners are like, "No, they didn't. That doesn't happen," because they were, trying to play it up and make it interesting and all this stuff. And it just wasn't going over with them. So there was a lot of bad blood or bad taste in people's mouth about the paranormal in Dallas County and Selma. And, when we first started out, so it wasn't Corey's on. Now he can tell you, it just wasn't hard. It wasn't hard. It wasn't easy starting out because they had all this. Well, because we went and did these investigations and the way we did our investigations and if we didn't find anything, we didn't find anything. And we told people that, and the reveals, we told them we didn't get any evidence. But if we did get evidence, we told them that too. And so, excuse me, that reputation built up and built up and built up and built up. Corey says, Selma, the Cahaba, I wished I could read. Selma, the Cahaba, the Wetumpka Chamber of Commerce, then all the of Wetumpka, so much work we did to set that reputation. Gee, absolutely. He hit that right on the nail. Y'all just don't know. It was a lot of work. It was worth it because now CAPI has the reputation to where we don't have to go look for investigations anymore. People call us now. You know, we're not out there knocking on doors and asking for if we can do an investigation here. We're not out there putting it on Facebook or on YouTube or any of the social medias and saying, hey, you know, what can we do? We need to come and investigate. I see so many teams do that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But that's, if you've been around a while, then something's wrong with that because you haven't built that reputation up. You know, you don't have that repertoire with your within your scope of practice, right? You don't have that in your wheelhouse, if you will. Okay, you in something. You need to look back from where you're at back and say, what did I do wrong? How did I go, you know, from here to here? And I'm still knocking doors, you know, but look at CAPI. They went from here to here doing all this footwork and everything like that and having to do this. They went from there to this point and they don't have to do that anymore. They don't have to go knock on doors anymore. You know, I think I've said this before, because the meetings and everything that we did in Selma was starting the history tours there and the haunted history tours and Cahaba and everything like that. The media started noticing us a lot, and people would come to us and say, hey, we would love to do a story on you guys, but we always said, no, we don't do it for that. We're not in it for that or anything like this. Then one day, a little old lady come to me by the name of Jean Martin, rest her soul. She was an awesome lady. She came to me and she says, hey, I want to do a story on you guys, but I want it to be the real CAPI. I want it to know about CAPI. That's what I want to know. I want to know what CAPI is. So I'm going to let you do the story. I'm just going to write everything down and put it in the paper. And that's what we did. We went and sat down with her and we talked to her and she wrote everything down on a little pad with a pencil. And this lady was probably 5'2", 5'1", 5'2", weighed 85 pounds probably. And she was in her 80s way back then. But because, yeah, thank you, Michelle, word of mouth. Because we did what we did and how we did it, and we built that reputation up, then we were able to step over a lot of those obstacles that people, you know, seem to crash into nowadays. Because we did, like Corey just said, so much work we did. And Dad, when we filmed for Channel 8 News at Steve Brewer's house and Nick Phyllis. Oh my God. I'm glad he said that. It's funny what he said, and I'll explain. But that shows you right there. That kind of goes into what I'm talking about right now. And I think he knows that. He's like John sometimes. He'll say stuff just to bring it up. But because of that reputation, we were approached by Channel 8. Okay. We didn't go to different radio and television stations that, hey, we want to do this story. You know, we didn't do that. We didn't have to because we had already built that reputation up. See, that's what I'm trying to get at. We built that up because of the hard work. We're right here where Corey says Selma, the Cahaba, the Wetumpka Chamber, blah, blah, blah. We did all that footwork so that we could have butt work. Okay. We did a lot of footwork so that we could sit on our butts and wait for the work to come into us now. All right. And it did. And it piled in. And it's still like that today. We don't have to go look for investigations. We get them all the time. I get phone calls. Beth gets phone calls. John gets phone calls. We get investigations. It's not a problem. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Because of all the footwork that Corey and I and everybody that was on the team did back then. I'm not saying that we don't do work now, because my team does a lot of work and they're damn good at it. I'm not taking anything away from the team I have now. My God, they're great. But because of all of that, CAPI has that reputation now. Okay. So that's where I'm getting at. All of this hoopla that I've said, build that rapport. Okay. Build that reputation. All right. Market you and your team. Okay. And what you're there to do. And I got to talk about this, y'all. Then we'll close. But he said, Dad, when we filmed for Channel 8 News at Steve Brewer's house and Nick fell asleep on camera in the corner. we were approached by them to come and they wanted to do it. They didn't have anywhere specific, worked out. They just said, hey, we would love to come along with you guys on an investigation and film it and do it as a special Halloween series that we're doing. We usually don't do anything on Halloween or around that time because it's just, the whimsical of it. We don't want to put us out there and say, hey, this is Halloween and stuff like that. So we don't do a whole bunch of stuff around that time. Now, the history tours we did were around the October time and everything, but that's because that's when people are, most likely to come and patronize these different venues. But they contacted us and said, we want to do an investigation. Well, we had this old farmhouse. It's burned and gone now. It's completely, gone away now. But luckily, they still have activity there. They have a whole new house there, but they still have activity. So we're going back there soon. But they come to us, and we went to the brewer residence. We said, hey, can we, and we can talk about this because he's already given us permission a long time ago. But we went there and we said, hey, the Channel 8 wants to come in and film this and everything. Is that cool? And they're like, yeah, okay, cool, no problem. Yeah, we'd love to. So Channel 8 comes in and they film it. And we're doing this, and the investigation there usually produced a lot of evidence. So we usually stayed there a while. Y'all know how we do investigations. If we go to investigation and it's boring and there's nothing really happening, we still do the investigation pretty completely because we want to make sure we cover everything. Because remember, a lot of your evidence comes in case study, not during investigation. So we still do it thoroughly, but we won't do it much more than that. Now, when you really got something going on, like we did this past investigation and this investigation, when you got something going on, you just want to keep going. And we was going on pretty late. And what is this? I'm an English teacher with a lot of experience in journalism. I can do write-ups if needed. Oh, thank you, Denise. Yeah, thank you, Corey. That's what I was going to say. The reporter's walking around, and the reporter is married to the cameraman. They're a husband and wife team, and they go do stories and everything like this. I can't remember her name. If you can remember her name, Corey, throw it out. But I can't remember her name. She was a real famous reporter for Channel 8. She's not with them anymore, but she was a real famous reporter. I can't remember her name. But don't get on the bed, baby. Okay. But she would going through the house and was watching us do what we did. And they basically just told us, hey, just forget we're here. Y'all do what you do. And we're going to film everything. They actually did catch a lot of evidence on their camera too. Stuff that they showed on their news set, their story on the news.
Did you borrow my torch?
I did not. I think you had it in the living room. But so they're following us around and everything. And so the reporter goes back there in this room. And I think they were doing an EVP session, and everybody was kind of like got into a corner. Stephanie Hicks. Thank you, Corey. Dang, what a memory. I wish I had that kind of a memory. Stephanie Hicks. Y'all probably remember Stephanie when she was with Channel 8. But they go in and they pan around in this room and everything. And in the corner there is my youngest adopted son. He's he's in the corner and he's sound asleep. It's late, guys. It's really late. And he's just out. He's gone. And the reporter, like Corey says, I think he's asleep, man. Corey's like, Nick, wake up, man. What are you doing? He's like, bro, I'm not sleeping. I'm awake. Yeah, the dude just filmed you. Luckily, they didn't put that on the TV. They didn't put that on the story. They should have. I would have loved it if they did, but they didn't. The golden days of CAPI were back then. It was just a different time back then. I missed that so much. CAPI is awesome today, no doubt. Yeah. I mean, it does when you first start out, of course. But it was it, and keep that in mind too. Keep in mind that what you do.
Stumped my toe.
Oh, she stumped her toe. But keep in mind, now when you're investigating and everything like that, and this goes to really show part of the reputation, and that's what we're going to talk more on next week is reputation and credibility. All right, but come here, but yeah, Corey says, "Hey Dakota, you're a poop head. I love you."
You know, when I come back
She was
there,
disappointed that we didn't get to come this weekend, man. She said, "We're not going." I said, "No, he didn't get all the equipment that he needed." But
I
yeah,
was about to cry.
but we're both looking forward to coming next
I was
weekend.
about to cry.
I know she was about to cry. We should have went anyway. But we're definitely going next weekend.
I was
But
like,
anyway, what you need to do, what to build that, don't get into this, because I've heard so many people say, well, if you want to have a good reputation, you have to be professional, and you this is no laughing matter or anything like that. I've actually had people tell me the paranormal and investigating hauntings is no laughing matter. Guys, that is so far off base, 100%. If you can't laugh and do this, don't do it. All right. If you can't have fun with this, don't do it. Now, when it comes time to investigate, CAPI is a professional. We will investigate, but don't stop having fun doing it. How boring will it get if you stop having fun? Right? I mean, how boring will it get if you've got to be Johnny by the book 24/7, right? And not even have a chance to joke or have a good time with this.
I've never been so close up to camera before.
Corey says, really, 95% of investigations are laughing and joking around. And he's not lying, guys. He's 95% of it's like being scared by a dog. Yeah, like being scared by a devil dog. We've gotten so much evidence from us just laughing and joking around or just idle chit chat. So much. I tell people all the time, you get more EVPs during idle chit chat than you do when you're doing an EVP session. But I don't want to get into that yet. What I want to say is keep it fun. Keep it fun for you. Keep it fun for the client. Keep it, but also be professional. But you don't believe that hype when you hear people. I've had people on here say, you've got to be serious when you're doing this. This is no laughing matter or anything like this. You're out of your mind. I wouldn't do this if I couldn't have fun with it. I mean, who would? You know, we pay money to do this. We don't get money for it. We pay money for it. You know, the day hasn't come to where CAPI can be paid. All right. It never will. All right. So, what do you say? I said, if I'd lose my mind if we had to be serious an entire investigation, right? I wouldn't survive in a pitch black room and nothing happening and you just talking to yourself in the dark. You can't imagine the noises and stuff I've made alone in a basement, right? Exactly. You can't. And that's another thing about him, y'all. And we're going to close out. We're going to start next week. We're going to start on respect and credibility and reputation of your team, how to maintain that. All right. But I want to touch on this right here, what he just said. He said, I wouldn't survive in a pitch black room and nothing happening and you just talking to yourself in the dark. You can't imagine the noise and stuff I've made alone in a basement. Since Corey was a kid, little kid, when we first started CAPI, since he was just starting out in this, I could take him to the most haunted place anywhere, put him in the basement by himself, leave him there, and he's fine. You know, what doesn't bother him at all. But you let one little spider be in the corner of that room. Yeah, I know where this is going. I was debate. Yeah, we'd throw Corey down there to tease him. But you put one little spider in a far corner and let Corey see that, and
he's gone.
Look, I don't even have to say it. His little sister knows. Oh, F off. Yeah, just one little spider. And he's out of there. He'll face Satan himself. He'll stare down Satan himself. But let a spider walk up to him and he's out. He's like, nope. And turns around and goes. And it doesn't even have to be a spider either. It could be one mannequin of a child, like a doll, especially one of those old porcelain dolls with a cracked face and everything. He's like, nope, I'm out. So what?
When I was in Ashley's car and Bubba was in the front seat and I saw a spider at the back seat and he jumped out the car.
Jumped out of the car. You don't like spiders at all.
I was like, Ashley, I'm trying to keep it away from.
But I'll tell y'all what, you won't find a better investigator. I promise you. Dakota, shut up. Don't encourage this. You won't find her investigator. That's fact. You can count on him to do all the dirty work and the stuff that other people say, I ain't going down there. Corey's like, move out of the way, man. I'll take it. I'm good. I take spiders over dolls. I'll take spiders over dolls. Yeah. Corey don't want either one. He can do dolls and mannequins more than he can spiders. But yeah, everybody's got that fear. So yeah. I do. I don't know. Not many people know this, but I'm not afraid to be somewhere in the dark by myself. I've done it a million times. I mean, even places that I really shouldn't be by myself, I've done it. My problem is the only time I ever get even a little bit freaked out, people ask me what scares you in investigations. Nothing scares me. I've just always been that guy that runs towards that stuff. You know, I've chased ghosts up the stairs, you know, and stuff like that. But Corey remembers that one. But what gets me is if I ever get if I'm walking or running, no matter what, I can be walking, running, jogging, whatever. If I'm going through an area and if I ever feel like someone's behind me, that kind of gets me a little bit. I guess that's my phobia. I won't like run fast or anything, but I have stopped and turned around just to look see who's behind me.
Well, you kind of jump if it's a ghost just staring at you.
There's a demon in there. Don't go alone. Grabs equipment, pushes everyone down, runs into building alone. Yep. That's Corey. Absolutely. But let that demon have one little spider. He's like, all right, you win.
I think will just have a handful of spiders. He was out.
Yeah. All right. But thank you guys so much for another great show. Please, hearty heart. Please join us next Sunday. We're going to get on reputation, respect, credibility for your team. Super big topics. You can do this for 50 years if you want to, but once you lose that credibility, you're out. I had experience with a doll when I was 13 that ruined dolls for me. Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
But bye everybody. Dakota, I love you, nerd.
Where are you going? Is your phone dying?
No, we're fixing to we're fixing to stop the show. You have to be with us longer next time. We'll see you guys next week. Like I said, we're going to talk about respect, credibility, and reputation. All right. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys for another great show. We will see you guys next Sunday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Remember about our upcoming CAPI camp in Troy. Remember about the upcoming auction. We'll get you all the information on that and everything. We'll put it on here and we'll put it on the Facebook pages and everything. Love you guys so much. If you could do me a huge favor sometime this week, I don't care if it's a friend, family member, or somebody you meet on the street, please make at least one person smile because that's what we need the most of right now. Thank you guys. Have a paranormal week and we'll see you next week.
Wait.
What?
Well, you didn't do the countdown.
What do you want to say?
Have a paranormal week.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Have a paranormal week. Bye, guys.